All right, you guys, here is my second Q&A that I decided to break up because I did not think that you guys could handle that much talking in a row. So if you went like straight over, you are a marathon awesome watcher and you deserve a cake or something, but I don't have one for you, so go make a cake and eat it. That was dumb. Danny says, I have a question. How many years have you been cutting hair? I already answered it, 12 or 13-ish, I don't know. And how long do you think you will continue? Forever, until I'm like 100, because I love it. I did it for 40 years, and thought all this standing took a toll. It does take a toll. I've been retired for 5 years, and I'm still having my little barbershop. I still miss having my little barbershop. Thanks for sharing your awesome family with us. Okay. Yes, Danny, there will be a day where I can't walk or my legs will give out because I'm going to be so old and I'm still cutting hair. And then I'll quit and then I'll be way sad, just like you, because I love cutting hair. It's something that a lot of people were like, oh, are you just going to quit doing hair when I started doing photography? Because we got our wedding business and we started being really busy with photography. And I was like, no way. I still kept as many clients as I could. I did have to kind of slow down on them because I have kids and I had to make sure that I had time for them, but I wouldn't just cut it out because that's a big part of my life. It's one of my big passions. Like, I love doing it. I've loved doing it ever since I was a little kid, even though I honestly did not know that it was a career because I kind of had a different childhood and I never once stepped into a salon until I was in high school. And I just had, like, my mom would just like trim our hair with some scissors in the bathroom every couple years. And it was like so long. And I cut it once myself with some scissors. Like, I just cut off the ponytail, but not in my wildest dreams did I ever think that like people got paid to cut hair. I just thought your mom cut your hair off. So when I found out that that's something that you could actually do, I was actually really excited. I think I was in junior high, ridiculous, because we were doing like a career day, and the job that I was assigned was a hairstylist, and I think that it said that I made like $40,000 a year or something, and I was like, holy cow, that's so much money. I thought that was like $1 million back then. And so yeah, that's kind of when I decided that I would love to do hair, but I'd always loved braiding hair and like curling it and playing with it ever since I was little. So yeah, I'm always want to do hair. Never stop if I can. But when I'm pregnant, holy cow, like, it is so hard to do hair when you're pregnant because your whole body already hurts. And somebody else asked me this like later on in the comments, I think. But it hurts, like, it's so painful. And I still do it because I love hair. I love doing hair. So can't stop me. Not even baby's gonna stop me. How do you market yourself? I get nervous, still get nervous when working with my clients. I just get referrals. When I first started, I marketed myself by doing a referral program. I talked about this before. I had a system with all my clients. Every time they sat down, a new client would sit down, I would explain to them, tell your family and friends. If you have anyone come in and use your name, it was like if you get 3 people, you get a free haircut, and 5 was like a cut and color. And they could do it as many times as they wanted. And it was awesome. It was a good way to market myself. When I was in the salon, sometimes they would do like the money mailers and coupons. And those were fun too. Like, they brought in people, they brought in clients. Kind of hard to take the hit when you're already barely starting out and trying to make booth rent though, like to do a coupon, but it's good because then if you do a good job, then they usually come back. So it's good. Whatever you do, just definitely be doing something. If it's throwing your stuff out on Instagram or YouTube or whatever you do. YouTube, they're putting my stuff up on YouTube has actually generated a lot of people trying to get me to do their hair, even though I'm not able to take new clients because of all the busy things we already have going on. It's still, I mean, if you wanted to take clients, that would be a great idea. Put your stuff out on the internet. It brings a lot of clients. Next question, Jen says, when processing hair at home, what is the best product to get the best blonde hair possible? I know it's not recommended to do this. I work, so I don't have time to run to the salon, and I have no idea about what that means by toners. I use product from Sally's Bleach Powder and 30 Volume Developer. Okay, so Jen, the most important thing you're going to want to know is how to apply it. And I explain it in the bleach video. It's this like men's bleach video, but it's kind of the same thing for girls. You would just have more to apply. You want to make sure anytime you're lightening the hair, and especially with bleach or high lift colors, you're not applying it to the roots. If you're like the first time you do it, you need to keep it away like a half an inch away from the scalp and only do it to the mid shaft and ends and wait for that to process to where it's really like a light yellow, pale yellow, or like right before pale yellow. And then you'll stick the rest of it on and then process it all together until the roots lighten up, because you have a heat zone around your head. So make sure that you're applying it properly. Watch some videos, because if you just stick it all over your head, you're going to have white roots and orange ends, and your head's going to fry before, like your scalp will burn and blister before the ends have processed. So you'll end up with really bright yellow orange hair. So yes, the technique is really, really big on that. And I would not suggest anyone to do that on their own, because taking the small partings and getting it applied the proper way to get the right results, it takes someone else doing it. I'm sure it can be done, but I don't suggest doing it. Toners. So toners, I have a toner video here. Click on it, watch that. It explains to you the color wheel and what a toner is. Shades EQ has, it's not technically a toner line, but it's a deposit only color. And if you mix it with the crystal clear and apply it, it can be used as a toner, and it's a great way to tone. So I use those. And what it is doing pretty much is just neutralizing the unwanted color out of the hair. So you're doing the opposite of whatever color's in there to neutralize it. So yeah, watch that video. It'll explain it more. It says, what is your secret for a happy marriage? You and your hubby seem very happy. We are very happy. We've been married for 10 years in September. That's our anniversary. And we're not always happy. I mean, we have like arguments and stuff a lot. But the reason why we're still happy, like we're in a happy marriage and we're happy, I think is because we forgive each other. I mean, people are going to make mistakes, and honestly, I think that we are really good at forgiving each other and apologizing, and like sincere apologies. So yeah, we don't stay mad at each other for very long. We've been mad at each other quite a few times, but I think it's important to like accept an apology when you finally cool down a little bit. Apologize and forgive each other. And I think that that's going to be a big deal. And also think of their happiness first. You always hear that from people giving you advice, but it's so true, because every single time we've ever been in a fight, it's because one of us is being selfish about something, or both of us, about like, I want to do this, you want to do this way, or I know that I'm right, just stop. Like, yeah, so think of them first and forgive. I think forgiveness is huge, because you can sit there and think about everyone's flaws, and then all you can think about and all you can see in that person is their flaws. But if you really forgive them and forget about that and focus on what they're good at and what you like about them, then you're going to always see what you like about them. And also remembering that nobody's perfect, and your problems are not going to be solved by just like going and find someone else. That's never going to be the way to solve a problem. Yeah, because you're just going to find another imperfect person. So if you can salvage a relationship, I would say try that first.
Need help on a happy marriage?
I already got it. Well, yeah, you want to give your tips for that? So Davey might have some advice for a happy marriage here.
For a happy marriage.
Why are you so short?
Happy wife, happy life. Be on the same page with everything. We plan every night. Before we go to bed, we kind of plan the next day. I'm home a lot. We work together a lot. Be concerned with each other's happiness.
I said that too.
Help each other out. Have God in your life. That's important. You Gotta have
I
God.
actually think that is really important because we both have the same beliefs, and I think that that helps us because if we do have an argument, we both know what we should be doing. I don't know. I like it.
Eat lots of ice cream.
No, I don't like ice cream. That was bad advice, honey.
I eat ice cream
I don't.
a lot.
I don't like it. Rachel asks fillers, or no, she just says fillers. I struggle with fillers and being able to trust the results, and not all over colors either. Blonde going darker underneath and low lights throughout the blondes on the top. Okay, so here's a couple solutions for fillers. One is you can use this awesome color line called Blazing Low Lights, and I think that they have recently changed the name to like something else, but it's the brown. And if you ask them at Peerless for the low lights, they can show you the shelf. But the Blazing Low Lights, these are formulated already with fillers in them. They are specifically made for dyeing back pre-lightened hair. So, and it has these really cool swatches on the inside that show you like the hair processed with heat and without heat, and the with heat is a little bit darker because when you process with heat, it deposits a little bit deeper into the hair. And then it also has this next sheet showing you what all of them look like when you mix the two together. So these are the colors. I'm missing, oh no, these are the 4 main colors, but you can mix all of these colors with their chart that they give you to make all of these. So you really get quite a few colors from just like 4, I think they have like 4 or 6 now. You can get all these different colors and they will not go ashy. Like I've put this one on like platinum blonde hair and it turns this beautiful color. Like it has the filler already in them. So these are an awesome alternative. Get this color line and you don't have to worry about it anymore. If you don't want to spend the money, hold on, let me put that away. If you don't want to do that and you want to use the color that you have, then you can formulate the filler into your formula. So whatever color they pick, if they picked, oh, I want to be this 4N, and they have like my color hair and she wants to be a 4N, you just need to make sure in your head you say, okay, she does not have, that 4N is formulated for someone with the underlying tone of red-orange already in their hair. And she does not have that. So you could take like a 4R or a 4OR, if they even have that, like a reddish orange, or even like a red-orange kicker. They have like pigment kickers, and do like a little squirt of that in there. And yeah, at first it might be trial and error and you're winging it a little bit, but it's better than just like being too scared to put anything in there and then having it turn muddy and green, because it's going to be ashy and it's like too ashy and not be good. So I would do that. I would either use that color line that's made for doing that, or I would just put a squirt of like a red orange in there, and you don't have to do the double process, because I'm all about doing as little steps as I can to get it done. The real way to do it, a real filler, you would be taking, like you could use the Shades EQ and you would use like the paprika or like a red orange and put it all over the head and make their hair like bright orange, and then you would do the color over that. And that's a great way to do it too. I found that it's just as effective to mix it in right with the color when I'm doing it. So don't be afraid to open up your cupboard and just find a few shades lighter or the same tone of like even if I was doing the 4N, if I even could find like a 5R OR orange red, a 5 orange red, do like a 1/4 of an ounce or a big squirt of that, you'd be good. So try that. Definitely do something though. Don't just put a 4N on blonde hair. It will go green. Okay, I lose my voice. I think that's all the questions I can do today, guys. Rachel says, I have ombre hair, so the bottom has been bleached. It seems kind of dry now. What do you recommend for a good treatment? I've tried honey and coconut oil so far. Okay, I wouldn't put food on your hair. I'm not a fan of that. I think that there's very, very sophisticated scientists out there making awesome products for hair that we should be using on our hair. And I don't know, I just think I mean, yeah, coconut oil probably makes your hair feel like soft a little bit, but why not put the stuff that has like really teeny molecules that's made to go inside of hair that structures it up instead of like, okay, so here's the thing, guys. I gotta tell you this. Sorry. Some of you may not agree with this, and I'm sorry if you don't, but like if you need protein in your hair, cracking open an egg because it has protein and sticking it on your hair and like peanut butter and stuff, that's not gonna do anything except for put a coating on your hair, because the molecule in the egg, the protein molecule for the egg is like, okay, relatively speaking, like this big, and the cuticle shaft is like this big. And so it's like trying to shove a watermelon in a lemon. Like you can't, it's not putting protein inside of the hair shaft, okay? Like there's scientists that have gotten the protein molecule small enough to actually go into the hair shaft and do something. So make sure you're using hair products. They have, Bedhead has like this chocolate head one that's an awesome reconstructor. And it smells like Tootsie Rolls, which is kind of weird because it smells like you're putting food on your head. But I guess people like to put food on their head. It's the weirdest thing, like banana and coconut and all this peanut butter and oil and stuff, and let me just smear it on your head. I've seen so many tutorials like, no, I'm not a fan, sorry. I would say don't do that. But you can put chocolate head on your head, the taste, or it smells like, don't eat it. It smells like chocolate Tootsie Rolls. That's almost as good, right guys? But it makes your hair really nice. So I would use something like that, like a reconstructor or a protein treatment or keratin or something. Yeah, look for, I mean, most hairlines have something. I also like, you could do like a heavy balm conditioner, and what was the one that was really good? It was like minty. I think it's a Bedhead one too. I think it's like in a tub, and I have to look, I don't know the name. I'm gonna have to go to the store and look, but it's like tingly. It makes your head kind of feel cold. It's awesome to do, like take a hot bath and stick your hair up in the conditioner and just let it sit there for like 10-15 minutes. So something like that would really help with the dryness and strengthen up the hair a little bit. Okay, J.S. Shank says, my foils keep slipping. Any help on how to lock them? Yeah, you could definitely watch one of my highlight videos because I think I talk about that in there, but make sure that you're holding the hair down tight to the head. Use the head as like a sandwich in between. So you're lifting up the hair, parting it off, getting out the hair highlight, whatever. You're sticking the foil in, and then you're gonna hold the hair down to the head like this, flat against the head. So it's going to be like your head, the foil, then the hair. And so it keeps it like this nice tight little sandwich. If you're trying to hold it up in the air and just like keep the foil there and hold the hair tight, you don't really have something anchoring it down. So maybe, I don't know what you're doing wrong because I can't see you doing it, but try that suggestion. And if you are doing that already and it's just like when you're processing the hair, try doing the lock in that I've done on the highlight video that you need to watch, where you kind of like, you put the foil in, color the hair, and then fold the foil twice. And then I lift it up because I have a little flap whenever I color. And I take the color comb and I push that flap in a little bit tighter and then fold it up a little higher. And then I fold in the ends. And that seems to really lock it in good. So I think it's just more of a practice thing, and kind of try to evaluate, maybe compare to what I did on my color videos and see if there's something different that you could try. Andrea says, so many questions, but when would you recommend using a high lift color or bleach? And what is the difference? Thank you so much. Love your channel. Aw, thanks, Andrea. I love you too. A high lift color is a color. It does not remove artificial color. It only removes virgin hair color. Bleach will remove all of the above. Unless it's something that's severely stained on the hair, bleach will usually take it out. And even severely stained stuff usually comes out right before the hair breaks off. So it usually can get out with bleach. I would use a high lift over bleach though if I was only retouching the roots of someone's hair and they want it to be like a honey blonde, because it's really hard to keep that honey color in when you're using bleach, because it usually just eats away at all of that. Once it gets to the pale yellow stage, it's just like blonde. And so I would use it anytime someone that had sat in my chair that has never colored their hair before and they wanted just a little bit of subtle highlights, I'd probably use a high lift over a bleach, because I do think it's a little bit less damaging, and you can control exactly what tone you want to get, because they have like a 12V or a 12G. I think they have like different tones. Like the 12 violet usually gets you like a platinum look, but you're not using bleach technically. So it's lifting and depositing, so you're toning, lifting and toning at the same time. So it's always nice when you don't have to worry about toning. You just have to make sure that you do the right developer to get the right amount of lift and let it process the whole time, and you should be good. Sadly, most of the time now, I am using bleach, because most people that come into me have already previously colored their hair and they want something different. So I use a lot of bleach because I do a lot of changes on people. But definitely, like my sister, she has like darker brown hair and just wants like a honey highlight, and we already have done that. So when I retouch hers, I use my high lift. You could use me like a 10 ash blue, and I'll use that one on her instead, and it gives it a little bit better tone. So that's when I would do that. Susan says, I'll repeat a question I put on the video comment. Is there a way to do a blonde level 9 or 10 highlight at the same time as doing a bright red color like the Crimson level 4 RR and not turn pink in the shampoo bowl when the client shampoos at home? Yeah, there's a way. Yeah, you thought I was going to be like, there is no way. Well, there is a way. It's not very easy to achieve, but it's been done. Several things that you could try and that I have tried and worked pretty well. When you're rinsing the hair, I would rinse out all of the red first with cold water and get it as out of there as you possibly can. Like, only pull out the red foils. Rinse them out as good as you can. That's something while you're shampooing. And then when you take out the blondes, you just need a cold water and do your best. And if it does turn pink a little bit, then you can go back through with like a 10 volume with a little bit of bleach and just kind of rub it on there and try to get it out. But I've also noticed that if I'm retouching, so you really have the problem with bleeders when the hair is really damaged, because it's very porous if it's been bleached out a few times, or if it's just on its last leg and it's just super, super open cuticle and porous, it almost sucks up anything that it touches. So you have to be really careful with super porous hair. If the hairs that have pretty good integrity and is in good shape, you don't have to worry about it as much, because it usually, the cuticles kind of silt back down and it doesn't suck it up as fast. But to avoid that, when you're coloring the hair, if you are doing like a retouch, then you would be, if the hair, like say like someone came in with my hair already and I was like, I want some really, really bright red chunks. You would be able to do that if you made sure that all of the blonde ends had a thick coating of conditioner on them while you were processing. Like, you could retouch the roots in the bleach and then with the brush have a bowl of conditioner and paint that onto the ends. And that, like I said, the hair is like a sponge. The hair will soak up that conditioner, and then when you go to rinse them, there's no more room in the hair to soak up any more of the red. So that does help too. And I would still, even then, like, do a combination of these. Make sure that anything blonde that's not being bleached at the time has conditioner on it. Rinse out the red first. Use cold water. If it does have any bleeders, you can go back through with a mild bleach conditioner or a bleach solution and try to get that pink to come out a little bit. And then you need to make sure that they know to use a good color shampoo. I would suggest Pureology, because that really does lock in the cuticle and seal it down and hold in that color. And I would also make sure that they know that they need to rinse and wash and only put cold water on their hair. Definitely for the first few weeks, because it will start fading and it will start running out. I mean, I don't care how many times you wash it, it's going to give you some, when you get the shampoo in there and start rubbing it around, it's going to be a little bit pink, because that color of red is not really natural to the hair, and so it falls out easily. yeah, I would definitely tell them to use Pureology. Says, okay, so Sue asks, hi April, my daughter wants to have blonde foils. Her hair is red and dark brown at the moment with bleach on from previous. Therefore, do I strip the hair color prior to foiling as do not want to damage her hair any further? Okay, so stripping the hair, a hair stripper, that is a bleach. It is a type of bleach. So, I mean, no matter what, it's going to be damaging her hair further. There's no way to avoid it. It's just, that's how things work. If you're taking color out of the hair that's artificial color, you're bleaching the hair. Whether they call it a stripper, whether they call it a bleach, whether they call it a high lift, well, a high lift cream probably wouldn't take it out. Or the Fermisi D-Color cream. I mean, they're all a bleach. So I would just stick bleach on her hair. I would use the Fermisi D-Color cream and I would just foil it up and watch it until it looks good and rinse it out and pray that it stays, because if it starts to fall out, it's gone. So yeah, maybe not do very many big chunks. Maybe do some smaller chunks to test it out. Thanks for all the questions, you guys. This is really fun, and I'm sure I'll be doing them in the future, because guess what, you guys? I'm not gonna have a salon for the next 6 months, and I know that kind of sucks, because you guys are gonna be sad that you don't get any cuts and color videos, but you still might, because I do have friends with salons that are willing to let me use them. So I'm going to try to do them. They definitely won't be as often, but I will be posting weekly still. So I will be doing Q&As, I will be doing theory, I will be doing fun things with my nieces at the house, maybe updos and styles. There's a lot of things we need to talk about. So make sure you stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. Tell your friends to subscribe still. And if they're new to the channel, they still have 100 videos or whatever to watch. So they'll get caught up in the time that we need to build this new salon, this new house. And we will be back with a vengeance when it's time to do hair again. So make sure you guys stay put. And thank you so much for subscribing and all of the comments and the letters and the emails. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you. And make sure you subscribe to my April's Life channel, because that's going to be so much fun in the next 6 months, you guys. That's going to be where it's happening, because we're going to be having crazy times where we're living. We're going to be living with Davey's sister, who we love, and they are the funnest people ever. And they have 6 kids, almost 7, like 1 on the way. And so that's going to be a total of 10 and a half kids and 4 adults in one household. It's going to be a riot, you guys. So make sure you tune into that April's Life channel. And we'll see you guys next time. And thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm shivering.
Are you shivering? Are you going to throw up?
I was just explaining that she gets sick in America because we have air conditioning. When she goes outside, it's really hot.